Yeah.
And always loved that. But yes, I remember adding water to the condiments, and just to make it last that much longer.
When you're young, everything seems normal because everything is normal. Because that's
You,
all
you have no
experience.
context. You have no context.
You have no context. How much did watching other shows influence the way that you viewed your own life?
I never had any illusions about like TV shows or movies. I knew how the sausage was made.
Sure, yeah.
So I knew that was the guy, an idealistic kind of spectacle. I knew that what I was doing was different than other kids. For me, I didn't know how weird my life was until I got older and got away from it.
Was there one single moment where you were able to like sort of gain that amount of consciousness and go, oh, this isn't the most normal thing?
After a while, you actually come up with the vocabulary, the actual vocabulary, the emotional vocabulary to figure out where how this all shook out.
Is that just through thinking it through yourself? Was it through therapy? Was it through?
No, just thinking it out.
Yeah.
You'd be remiss if you didn't self-reflect.
When you stepped away from acting in '94 after Richie Rich, and you said that you just wanted to be normal, to go to school, to do all the things that a normal 14, 15-year-old would do, did you find anything out about the term normal from that period in your life?
What I wanted is to be with people my own age.
Yeah.
You have to remember a lot of the stuff that I did when I was a kid. I'm not doing ensembles.
Yeah.
It's me. You watch Home Alone, or I'll watch it with my kids. So I go, oh my gosh, I'm in Castaway. Except he had a volleyball to talk to.
There really is Castaway. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
No, yeah. They're like, oh, what was it like working with Joe Pesci? I'm like, have you seen the movie? We do maybe 2 scenes together. There's that going on over here, and then just me by myself in a house, almost Home Alone. I wanted to go out, and I wanted to date girls, and I wanted to hang out with people my own age. I wanted to, I wanted to go to a party. I wanted to do those kind of things. I can't tell you how many bar mitzvahs I missed.
I haven't been to bar mitzvah yet, so like I could still throw an adult bar mitzvah if you'd agree to come.
I will totally come.
We'll do karaoke up there, man. We'll have you singing Hava Nagila.
Oh yes, are you kidding me? I'll carry you on that chair, man. Oh boy, howdy.
Did it meet your expectations being able to do those things at the time? Because at some point, the toothpaste can't go back in the tube.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine. This is years ago.
It's snowing.
They got booked in a big time movie. And they were going around. They were asking everybody, should I do this? Should I not do this? And this and that. And, they never got around to asking me. And then I called them and I said, hey, I hear you're asking around. He goes, I was saving you for last. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, look, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna be famous. You can't
How
ring
did
that
my
bell. You can't
house
just do
go
this.
down?
I said, are you ready to be famous? And they were like, yeah. And so next thing you know, a couple Oscars later, there they are. For me, it kind of just happened.
Yep.
I
Probably
didn't really
cockroaches.
do a lot of tugging on my parents' sleeve, going, oh, mommy, daddy, I want to be famous. I want to do movies.
You did have that accent when you were a kid.
Yes,
Do you
I
remember
was.
that?
I was Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't like that. I kind of just started doing it. And I started at it. I kept on going. That's really what it was. The thing that started off was my father wanted my older brother and sister. He was going to go take them to the park and do headshots for them. And my mom, I think she just was wanted a break. She's like, take Mac with you guys. So I literally just out of the gate, first audition, booked. It's funny. This is a line of work. I didn't find it. It found me.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of came back around to it. Brenda put it the best way. She said, "You're retired, and then you unretire, do a gig, and then you retire again." And that's pretty much how my approach is. And I think she nailed it. I'm not beholden to the business. It's that thing. You win an Oscar, right? You win an Oscar, you're at the top of your game. There you are. And you go backstage and do that little press conference and you have your shiny statue and everything like that. You know what the first questions they ask you is?
What's next?
What are you doing next? And it's like, oh, the pinnacle is not good enough.
Yeah.
You get on that hamster wheel and it's very unhealthy. You stick around in this business long enough, you either go crazy or you die. That's the trifecta right there. That's the Holy Trinity. And so I try to avoid that. And again, it's like I do a gig because I want to do the gig. And then if I don't work again, that's totally fine too.
What do you think is inside you that allows you to do that? Because you see other people who are very much on that hamster wheel, taking role after role after role.
Yep.
And I know you got offered a role in Big Bang Theory, which would have made you so many more millions of dollars. But how do you think your life would be different?
Hello.
Would you be happier or less happy if you had that money?
I'm pretty comfortable.
Wait, is this Naveen?
When it comes to that kind of stuff.
Got $20?
Yes, actually, you know what? Would you mind if I...
I've seen the longest
get my wallet?
time.
But no, I got enough scratch. I I've done good.
A lot of people who take a lot of roles also have
Yes.
scratch.
Yeah, but again, that perpetual.
How's it
motion
going,
thing,
Naveen?
You kind of have to be a shark because if you stop swimming, you're gonna drown. I don't take that approach. I'm more of kind of a like a whale shark. I kind of just go and just sift.
Yeah.
As things come my way and that ended up
It's
in
been
my
a
mouth.
long
Deliciously.
time.
Oh wow, I love plankton.
What
I'm
brought
good.
you
How
out of,
about you?
Your temporary recurring
Not bad.
retirement for Fallout 2?
Oh, I just love. Yeah, I was
that's
already
not
familiar
far.
with the lore. I never played the games. It'd be that thing where I'd watch like a YouTube video.
What's
or something
new?
like that, like, just kind of I like the lore of it.
Yeah.
So I was already into that, and then we started watching the show. Brendan and I, we ain't got time for nothing. We got 2 kids. They're 15 months apart. What are the odds that the Irish kid has Irish twins?
Yeah, well.
So we started watching Fallout, and we watched it all the way from beginning to end. We were binging it. And halfway through the season, she rolled over in bed. She turned to me and she goes, "You belong on this show." And I went, "I know, right?" But no, it was true. It was true though. It had my sensibility, my sense of humor, my vibe, my tone. So yeah. And next thing you know, it just they knocked on my door, and there you go. It was so it's kind of
I
like
haven't
you know
seen
that
in a
book,
long
The Secret.
time.
It was kind of like that. She put it out there. Hey guys, remember the 2000s?
I could not watch a stream because of exam, and you sometimes stream in the morning for me. That's right, we're like 12 hours apart, right? So it's 8 a.m. for you? Well, 8:30 or 7:30, you're like 11 and a half
Be
hours.
still my heart, right here. Yeah.
Literally be still your heart.
Yes,
right
I know.
here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be.
Pretty sure I'm dead just looking at it.
Man, where do we start?
I guess we start with
Yeah.
what's in front of us.
Do it.
I
Well,
spent a lot
not
of
much
time
has
over
happened.
at
Well,
Oxford.
no.
lived in Paris
I
for
just
5
started playing
years.
Animal Crossing today, but I've been playing Pikmin 4, but I think I finally finished it, so
They knew me there.
no more
All
streaming
the
that
witches knew me.
game.
Yeah, and the trick with Entrecote, because they don't take reservations.
Yeah.
For dinner, you have to
So-
line up, a good half hour at least beforehand. But go for lunch, no line. So yeah. Because I love the
By the way, I got a PS4.
okay.
A PS4?
We have called the head chef of Relay d'Entrecôte.
Why not
They
a
would give us
PS5?
extra secrets. They offered to fly their chef out. That seemed like a lot, if we're being honest. Not to say that you're not
Wow.
because you are.
I can hear you.
You are. I don't know. We were like, that chef, we didn't want to go through all that.
So I heard about this joint, and one day I just sat down. I said, "Can I see a menu?" They go, "No. They don't ask you what you want. They ask you how you want it." And I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, Brenda, she's a pescatarian. She went for it. She had some entrecote with me. So she liked it. She ended up eating it.
I have some
Oh, man.
pastrami chili cheese
Oh, it
fries
broke
today
her.
for
You
dinner.
broke her pescatarianism?
But
Probably
it
not
broke her.
good
man.
for
I was
me,
vomiting.
but it
God,
was quite
no,
delicious.
It broke her. She was just like, I was like, oh yeah, because when vegetarians and pescatarians, like, if it's been like a stretch, it's getting kind of
The PS5 price got way more expensive. It was 50,000 to 60,000.
You said when you moved to Paris, you thought that fewer people would recognize you, but then you realized that
Yeah,
Parisians just don't really
got more
care.
expensive here too a little bit,
The French were
mainly because
a
of
lot
the
more chill.
tariffs.
Yeah.
Super chill. It was a cafe. Because a buddy of mine went to this cafe, and he asked for the Wi-Fi code, and they handed him a card, and it
thanks.
was me. What? And the Wi-Fi code was like Macaulay Culkin, yada yada yada. So he actually brought us like a baseball card, and he brought it over to me, and so I was like, "Where is this joint?" So I went there and I sat down, and I just immediately turned to the waitress and said, "What's the Wi-Fi code?" She was like, "I'll be right back." And she brought the manager and the owner.
What
and
games
the
did you
first
get for
thing
your
the owner said was,
PS4?
I knew if I did this, you were gonna come. Like, yes, of course. I still have it somewhere. I still have that little baseball
You're
card.
kind of like Candyman. You can be summoned,
Yes,
Paris.
yeah,
Make the
exactly.
Wi-Fi code Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you make the Wi-Fi code, me. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, no. But generally speaking, yeah, the French were really cool to me. Like you said, it was they were just unaffected by.
Because of the AI
The
company
trappings.
buying the RAM and storage, so I got more expensive.
It's Mama, I missed the plane.
That's what it's called.
Kind of
It's
makes
called-
sense.
You know
My
what it is in French?
PS4 is jailbroken.
J'ai
Oh, really?
perdu l'aéroplane. No, that's I lost the plane. That's it.
Did you jailbreak it
That's a
yourself, or
different
somebody
one.
else did it
Dig
for
into the
you?
bone marrow. Okay, let this get cold. Jeez.
Yeah. Just plain and simple. I try to put a little bone marrow in my kids' like stuff. That's good for them. Brain food. They know it right away.
Somebody
They're like,
else.
Yeah, what's in my macaroni and cheese?
What kind of stuff? Do I know people will do that with like dog food, but you're like putting
I
it in
hacked the
mac and cheese?
PS2 one time.
And they notice it right away. They won't let me sneak that stuff in.
Yeah.
who was it? It was like Cameron Diaz was like, "Well, I sneak bone marrow and bone broth into my kids' stuff, you know, it's brain food and all that stuff." I'm like, let me try
I could have break it myself, but it would be hard.
Raise kids with a discerning palate. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. They're like, "Who's Cameron?"
I had to solder this one little tiny chip on a PS2.
I have a general theorem that normal
that was
people
scary.
want to have fame and fortune, and famous people who have fortune want to be normal. Do you think it's just this sort of like cosmic injustice that we all want what we can't have?
That's exactly, you want what you can't have.
Yeah.
For me, I'm very happy with my station in life. My kids don't understand yet. You know, they'll watch some Sweet Life because I'll put it on. Brenda hates it.
Yeah.
I'll put it on.
Yeah.
And they go, I said, "Oh, London Tipton." Like, yeah, that's Mama. So they get that. But when they see Kevin, they always just call him Kev. You know, again, because the illusion's still there. This is 2 nights ago. My son was asking questions. He wanted to see a family photo.
To chill my PS4, I just
so
put a
it.
disc. It's just to put a disc.
His eyes darted to me.
Yeah,
He
things
goes,
got a lot
"Hey, that
easier
kid
than the
looks
old
like Kevin."
days.
And I go,
I had to solder a
does,
real
doesn't
chip
it?
on there
Yeah.
to make it work.
And he's starting to put it together.
If you ever try to
I'm
solder a
trying to
chip
keep
that's
up
not
the
supposed to be
illusion as
soldered
possible,
because it's
like
so
Santa Claus,
tiny,
Yeah,
that
really.
kind of thing.
Ooh,
But,
it's
I
kinda
know some kid at
scary.
recess is gonna ruin it. But,
The
at the
traces
same
are so
time,
thin, you
like,
know?
I can watch that movie now. I watch pretty much the body of my work now. It takes on a completely different meaning. That I have kids, I get to show it to them and stuff like that. And I see the joy that it brings them and stuff. It's like, now it's different. The game has changed for me. Before it was a gig. Now it's something I can stand next to and be proud of and show my kids.
Yeah.
You know, I don't run from it. I don't hide from it. If anything, I embrace it. I mean, that's why I'm doing the tour stuff and everything like that. I like sharing that movie with people. It's really cool because it's 35 years old now, right? It's been 35 years since most of these people sat in a movie theater.
I have like
done
30
movie
games
theater
on
with
it.
Like-minded people. And laughed the same
Yeah.
Are you
jokes
just
together. And you
limited
laugh
by
louder
the
when
storage
you're
you
with other
have?
people. Like, you know, you smile bigger when other people are smiling.
Yeah.
And so it's actually really cool, man. I've been taking the show on the road. You know, they watch the movie, man, they get so jazzed, they're in the mood, and I come up there, we do like a fireside chat kind of thing. We have a curated Q&A. I pull kids up there and ask them absurd trivia questions about the movie they just saw. It's really fun to kind of get it on the road, get it on its legs, and just seeing how it's still alive.
Yeah.
Those people are parents too.
Yeah.
And they're bringing their kids to it, and they're appreciating it in a way that's supposed to be appreciated. So yeah, when it comes to like, you know, how time has aged it, it's like a wine.
And I think also how time has likely aged you, time and new life experiences. It seems like a big theme in your life from a young age was a lack of control. Like
Yes.
not being able to control the roles that you took. Having to emancipate yourself to get control of your money.
I have
and
1
then not
terabyte
being
and 1
able to
terabyte hard
control the
drive, so it's 2
narrative about yourself. You
terabyte.
were growing up in a time when like
Dang, that's a
you
lot.
couldn't even share yourself on social media. It was all what the paps wanted people to see.
Yeah.
How have you tried to control your own narrative now? It's like the story of a 45-year-old called.
First thing I say to people is relax. In the Douglas
I'm trying.
No, I'm just saying in the Douglas Adams, don't worry. You know what I mean? Don't panic. You know, like that kind of thing. I see a lot of other like celebrities and stuff, and they're just not chill. They're not relaxed. You know, yeah. But no, it was a friend of mine, Doc Hammer. He's one of the guys who created Venture Brothers. He said,
Snare drum.
if you don't tell your story, someone else is going to.
Yep.
And it's true. You know, I had an ex-girlfriend, man. She did something embarrassing on television. And she told me not to see it. She goes, whatever you do, don't watch this thing. So I did. And then we broke up. I immediately watched it. But she was like, how do I get this removed from the internet? I go, no, that's the internet's forever. So what you do is you do something that pushes that down the algorithm. You do more stuff. You keep on doing things. You keep on getting better at stuff. You control your own narrative.
Yeah.
If you want to. Also, if you don't want to. I mean, gosh, I can't even remember his name. The kid who played Charlie in Willy Wonka. You know what he does? He's a veterinarian. He does livestock over there in the UK. And that must what makes him happy. I think that's really cool, man. Like, just do your thing. Whatever story you want to tell, just tell you. You know, like you don't have to tell it, but if you do, go ahead. Like, you know, yeah. Don't let other people tell your story.
What can you tell me about the life and times of Monkey Boy?
Oh, the Monkey Boy. Wow, that's a pull. Wow, you read that thing?
I read Junior cover to cover.
Oh my goodness, wow. I'm not even sure Brenda's finished it.
I really found it tremendously fascinating, and in your very absurdist style, where it seems like you're telling your story, but also intentionally disengaging from
The PS4 is
it.
broken
was like a really
because
interesting look at
they're
writing that when you're what, between 20
they're
and 25?
way
Something like that, yeah.
they
Yeah, I was about
over
20 when I really
voltage.
started doing it.
I have sent it
I was
to
living
get
in London
repaired.
at the time.
It
I
was
doing a play,
broken.
and when you're doing theater, you kind of have a reverse schedule. You pretty much you're working night shifts all the time. So I did that, and I just ended up writing a lot. And I showed about 20 pages of it. I think 2 was a manager or something. and they showed it to us.
Sorry, I haven't played it for a month.
I was expecting them to go, oh, this is really cool. And go right
so you bought a used one or a repaired one?
And no, she looked at it and goes, oh, I like this. Do more of this. So yeah, it was kind of more of a stream of consciousness, kind of like, sharing your notebook a little bit. It was really fun. It was a fun project. I haven't lost.
I chose the right person the first try.
Again, I don't have time. I barely watch. I barely got.
What is the voltage in India?
But,
you're in India,
been,
right?
A passion of mine. I mean, at some point, I am gonna circle around and do that memoir.
Yeah.
Do you know what the voltage is there?
With the chef serving a steaming pile of cow shit.
Yes.
That was my favorite
It doesn't
part.
matter how you cook it. People, if they're hungry enough, they'll eat shit and like it.
Wait, where are you?
Yeah.
The surprise was the secret ingredient in the bone marrow, human shit.
Whoa! Wow! Is it my birthday?
Mac, for the third course of your final
thought you were in
is
India.
stuff that you did not ask for at all.
No.
12
We
and a
have
half
New
hours,
York style
11 and a half
pepperoni
hours.
pizza, classic New York style hot dog, and then New York style bagels.
Oh,
But the
finagle
twist is,
bagel.
these are all, I believe, Los Angeles' best versions of these things.
Oh, good luck with that. I'm a New Yorker, so I'm a snob. I'm a snob about all three of these things.
You are the only Culkin that has escaped New York, much like Kurt
I
Russell
am in
escaped
India.
Steve
I don't know the
so have you.
voltage.
Yes, I have.
You've done multiple stints in LA, but now.
Let me
you've
ask
really put
Alexa.
down
Alexa,
roots
what
here.
is the
So
voltage
this
in
is me
India?
trying to get you to reckon
I'm
with
not
your
quite
new
sure how
home
to
and
help
the
you with that.
delicacies that we have to offer.
Oh, jeez.
It's-
Hey
you're-
Google,
I know
what's the
you're quite
voltage in
snob
India?
about it.
Yeah, where is this?
But please, this is from
230
Apollonius.
volts.
Apollonius.
I
On the
believe the
website
single best New York slice
electricalsafetyrst.org,
outside of New York.
they said
outside of New York.
India operates on
Alexa, stop.
230 volts.
It's up. I've been
230, 50 hertz. That's pretty normal everywhere.
International band.
Except the U.
Right.
Well, no, not everywhere.
What
U.S.
country
is
grows
not.
beer bottles the hardest
Japan
at
is
New York?
not.
Jesus Christ.
There are places that are not, but most of Europe is.
Oh, man,
That adds up.
That was Bristol. It was a gig. It was a gig on a boat. I actually worked that stage before, but for some reason, man, they were surly. Yeah. I think also the way we were booked, I think on that gig was like there was like an electronic band before us, and we're like this anti-folk outfit that just rhymes mushrooms with mushrooms, and so they started throwing things, and that's fine. But what got dangerous though was they threw one and it started hitting the ceiling and then it was showering down on people. And I was like, yeah, this ends poorly. And then one of my bandmates said the wrong thing. It was kind of just like, why are you throwing bottles at us? It's like, oh god.
It's a mom going, stop bullying my son at school.
Exactly. So and then next thing you know, boom, I was just like, yep, yeah, that was definitely an interesting thing. Yeah, Bristol. Yeah.
Where do we stand on the pizza? Does it taste like home? Does it feel like home?
Mm-hmm.
You feeling anything deep in your New Yorker soul?
This is a solid, dirty slice.
Yeah.
No, in a good way. And it's greasy, good.
Tastes like Willis Reed being, carted on the wheelchair back onto the court.
Tang Yuan.
There's not a lot of Knicks highlights to really focus on in the last 25 years, so Mac, I had to dig deep. I'm so sorry.
Brenda is so spoiled. She's gotten 5 championships in her life when it comes to the Lakers. And like the last time the Knicks won, it was 8 years before I was even born.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, but at the same time, also,
PS4 cost me $30,000.
That is
It's
true.
$200.
The Rams had 2 in her lifetime, but one of them was in St. Louis.
Doesn't count. Okay, so this is from Larry's Chili Dogs, right here in Burbank, California. I think the best hot dog.
I got
in
a
the city.
1 terabyte hard drive and 3 controllers with it. Oh,
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I found
gaminess.
one at the swap meet, but it had no disc. The PS5 had no disc. It was a
You've done a lot of things in your life
the
that
discless
make it
one,
that you're
and
like a deep absurdist, which would kind of make sense because you've lived such a deeply absurd life, But now that you have kids, do you still have that absurdist outlook, or is something sort of like drawn you more?
it was only
toward understanding
what is it, 700 something gigs? Such a weird number for the number of gigs, but they were selling for $300, which is not a bad deal. I'd rather have the one with the disc, just because I want to own my games.
The Vanity Fair after party and get arrested with me. And I just was like, I said, well, 2 things. One, I got kids. I can't do that kind of stuff anymore. And secondly, they'll probably let us in. So.
That's not as fun though. Was there an old Mac that would have just gone?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? That would have been my dream. Like 3 years earlier, 5 years earlier, I'd be like, oh yeah, Eric Andre, yeah, let's go. Let's go do something stupid together. He'll just text me randomly. I was on a plane. This maybe about 2 months ago or something like that, and he just texts me, come to Malaysia with me. Just apropos of nothing. Like,
I think getting arrested in Malaysia is different than getting arrested in the States now.
Exactly. But again, I got kids, so I don't really do those kind of stunty kind of things so much anymore.
It's kind of ironic because you met Brenda on the set of Changeland, Changeland, if you will.
Changeland.
But you kind of like played this swashbuckling, nomadic, drunkard ship captain.
Yeah, Captain Max Sparrow, yes.
How far away from your actual life was that at the time?
And also, the PS5 games are expensive.
Yeah.
Essentially, just be a
They're all
drunken
gone
boat
up.
captain. I go, great, I fucking hate boats. So,
You can download
so
Fortnite
yeah,
for
so
free,
I'm
though,
gonna need some whiskey
I
to get
think.
on that thing and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you can get it for PS4. Pretty sure you can. You want a new C game, new AAA game, is $60 to $70. Yeah, that's how Nintendo games are. Even aren't some $80 too?
I'd always wanted to do the family. I always wanted the kids and the whole works. I wanted that. And it was just starting to like sink in. Like then it's not gonna happen. You know, at least the way that I'm acting, the way that I'm conducting myself. Like no self-respecting woman would have my children. And then she saw the best of me, and it made me want to be better. And so I try to live up to her expectations. You know, I know I disappoint her sometimes. You know, but I've never had that before. Being believed in that way, to the extent that when she was doing that to me, I was doing this. Going, whoa! Stop hitting me with loving me completely and like nicely and doing things for me. The first time I was hanging out at her condo and stuff, she'd go, "Give me your laundry." I was like, "My laundry?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do your laundry." She cooked me a steak. She's a pescatarian. You know, it was really weird. It was like, and again, it was kind of like I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop. I was always kind of going, whoa. Are you trying to trick me here or something like that? It felt unnatural until it started feeling natural.
Yeah.
This is the way that this is the way that they write about it.
I have enough money.
I get to have that, and I'm really happy. I'm really proud of my life. I'm proud of my lady. I'm proud of my kids. I'm proud of the house that we live in. You know, I'm proud of all the.
If the voltage was already 240 or 230 in India, how did you overcurrent?
One of my jokes was, couldn't have done it without you. Because I don't know Jimmy Jim over there. You know what I mean? Like it's like, but I couldn't have done it without you, Jimmy Jim. No, it's like with Brenda. It's like no, I couldn't have done it without her. This whole life thing. Like when it comes
Something
to,
sounds fishy.
Just the work that I'm doing and just the way I receive life.
Yeah.
It's something else. It's something different. And again, I'm very, very blessed about that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have responded to you and Brenda's relationship with that sense of pride that you're describing yourself. I mean, you see all the comments on the video of, you and her taking the Cosmo couples quiz or at the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Like the world is rooting for both of you in a lot of ways, whereas it seems like for a large part of your life, there was a big part of the world that was rooting for your downfall or even making up stories about it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they were kind of controlling that narrative, again, so, I also let them have it, too. I was like, I'm done with this whole business thing.
After I come back from school, it did not start.
Yeah, that's fine. I really don't care.
Interesting.
It was tricky when I was a teenager because one kid
Oh,
and another teenager.
maybe you had like a.
Fine. They want to hang out. They want to be your best friend. You gotta
Did you lose power in your house, something, and then it came back and then fried a bunch of stuff?
It made me stay at home. It made me hunker down in probably not the most healthy ways. The stuff that they would pull, like the press back then, would never fly today.
Yeah.
Never fly today.
Do you see that as linear progress? Like, hey, we're doing better, or do you think we're sliding into?
I guess we're doing better. I mean, I don't know. It's never perfect. People also are overly sensitive too. I'm not sure where it lands. I just know the Razzies. They went after the young lady. She was in a Firestarter. She also did American Horror Story with me. But they nominated for a Razzie, and I went to them on Twitter, and I was just like, I did the tweets thing. And I was just like, no, it's not funny. It's not cute. I know the whole idea is you're taking the piss out of these people. Like, yeah, take the piss out of Halle Berry doing Catwoman. Because she was down. She actually accepted her award. It's supposed to be fun in games. And, I said it wasn't funny back in 1994. And it's still not funny now. And they took her name off of the category and stuff. Because it's like, yeah, don't do that shit, man. Like, the kind of bullshit that they would do back then. Like,
Christmas.
I'm glad that doesn't fly as much.
My old PC got fried because of over voltage. Sometimes it happens.
Man. We gotta try a bite. Tell me.
Do you guys not have surge protectors?
Taste home in Los Angeles. Mac, I need this emotional catharsis.
Where's this from?
This is from Hanks. This is my favorite. Courage, I think, is overrated. I'm a Hanks guy.
We have a Hanks down the street from me. I think it's probably the same one.
It's the same Hanks that's down the street from me. Come visit me and Mac at our homes. Our addresses are...
Hanks. What's up? That's a solid bagel. Wake and Lake. Wake and Lake. They're probably the best bagels in the land, to be honest.
He's a native Angelino. We can't return the Rams jerseys, ladies and gentlemen.
They're good though. It's a little chewy, but good.
Mac, for dessert, Campbell's Homestyle Chicken Noodle Soup.
Yeah.
What's behind this, man?
It's just, again, I was kind of raised on this kind of stuff, and it's funny. Brenda was the one who suggested this. She's the one with the sweet tooth, and my kids inherited her sweet tooth. Me, I like savory. I much rather have like a cheese plate or something like that. But like, yes, I usually have a bowl of soup before bed almost every night. I mean, yeah, and I'm not allergic to eating out of a can.
I love it, man. We would have served it right in the can had we known. But man, cheers. This has been wonderful. Dig in.
Don't worry, I have a new spoon.
Oh my God, he's using it. Holy shit, that's so hot.
I like it though. That's the way it's supposed to be.
What is wrong with your mouth where you can do that?
I don't know. Have you seen Hot Ones?
Hey, fair point. Listen, you put up a top 2 Culkin Brothers performance in Hot Ones.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my joke is it was right after he won his Oscars. I was with a buddy of mine in a car, and he knows me, and he's like, "You have a joke yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "Well, I'm really proud of my brother. Between me and him, we have exactly 1 Oscar." So, yeah, I'm very proud of him. He's done good for himself. Man, I mean, he just at 15 months span. I mean, he won a SAG, a BAFTA, a Globe, an Emmy, and an Oscar for like 2 different parts and 2 totally different projects and stuff like that. It's like, man, not even Meryl Streep had a run like that. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm very proud of him.
It's a hell of a run. None of you can top Rory's performance in Lords of Chaos, though.
I know. I went to the premiere of that.
Did you really?
Love it.
Oh man.
I remember he was sending me pictures of him all in the makeup and everything like that.
Dude,
he works
what
more
happened to
than
chicken?
The rest of my family put together. And he's a bit of hustle.
Nothing happened to chicken. Chicken still stops by every once in a while.
He goes for it. Yeah, I'm proud of him. My kids love Uncle Rory. They always talk about Uncle Rory.
He sold his PS5 because he wasn't playing it very much. I wanted to buy it, but shipping it to me would have been pretty expensive probably. So but I don't really need a PS5, The reason I wanted is to play Fortnite. I already have a PC to play Fortnite with, so. But I kind of still want a PS5 anyway.
My family, my siblings, especially going from city to city and things like that. I was trapped in small hotel rooms with a crazy person.
I didn't mean to start the game up again.
I could tell every time my father wasn't around, there'd be just the weight would come off. And so I know that that's what was happening at home. And I was the one kind of taking the brunt of it. But it's also, what I always say about it is better than maybe something else. And so I took my lumps. But one of the things I've been learning is, kind of those kind of things leave a mark. Is that I'm the kind of person who doesn't have to take my lumps. With my kids, it's a lot for me is I don't want the sins of my father being passed on to my children. I work really hard. She said, there's certain women and how they're supposed to be mothers. She was born. There's a word that I use in my household because it's something that I didn't really hear enough of when I was a kid, and that's proud. Man, I'm proud of my kids. I go out.
I can exchange my PS4 for a PS5, but I got in September, so I want to get a PS5 after a year.
And the curtain opens, and he's really excited about it. He's gonna play it.
How old is the PS5 now? 6 years or something like that? It's probably gonna drop in price. Well, it went up in price. I don't know. This cycle's weird.
Man, I'm so proud. You were so brave to go out there like that.
6, 7 years.
Like, there's so many people. And I love your costume. I'm proud.
Usually it lasts 10 years.
So it's
So we're near the latter half. Not even half. We're near the last 95%. Last 25%.
My biggest
It was life.
stuck in that multi-generational cycle. You even Ray and Junior, true, you do not become your parents. Also,
Has
true,
YouTube come out for
so
this yet?
that it makes you sick.
Yeah.
And I know that was written from the angsty teen perspective.
Yeah, yes.
You know, being kind of a little, you know, edgy out there.
But it was true, though.
Was there a big fear in you that whatever disease my dad had, that's somewhere inside of me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it can haunt you. You know, yeah.
course.
She makes me want to be a better father, a better person.
What's your Bring Back
I see
YouTube?
how good she is, and I see how happy her kids are. I go, okay, yes. Don't
I
listen.
think PS5 will become more expensive because of the RAM price.
You wrote a checklist of things you wanted to do before you died in that book.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, again, I'm sure tongue in cheek, said die at
Could
27.
happen.
Is there a part of you that genuinely thought, I'm not making it?
I don't know.
past that?
I mean, at that
And the
point,
best
by
thing
way,
could
I
happen is just
wasn't sure.
stay still because
But at the same time, I do.
the RAM price may have gone up,
very
but
vividly.
other components should have gotten cheaper, so
Bathtub,
they don't have to raise the price.
taking a nice hot bath.
Because usually by the end of life, they start to decrease in price. But here it also went up because of tariffs. I don't know if you heard about them.
Everything now is just bonus time. There was another thing you had on that checklist, and it was enter a pie eating contest. Mac, I hereby challenge you to a pie eating contest. One slice. This is Roman rules, hands only.
You keep on adding courses.
Somebody give me a 3, 2, 1, go. Oh gosh.
You win.
Mac, it's so much denser than I thought.
I thought the foie gras was dense.
I don't feel good, Mac.
I am good. I think you'd win.
Did that satisfy your bucket list?
Jesus Christ, yes. Okay, cool. I win right now. You win. I need to revisit that book. Revisit that list.
Alexa, stop.
In the meantime, like one of those things is like I throw out the opening pitch at a baseball game, and I did that at a Cubs game. And I was like, oh, cool. Look, you know,
I have a copy of the book if you want to go through and check it off yourself.
oh yeah, what you mind? Yeah, you get like the hand, done by my own hand.
Have you fought in a war?
No, not really. Not yet. Well, actually, I don't know. Wait for Fallout Season 2. Who knows?
Ayo. Mac, you ready to move on to the lightning round?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sounds great.
Who's the one person, dead or alive, you'd want to share your actual last meal with?
Oscar Wilde.
Cool. What song do you want to be played at your funeral?
You'll Have Time by Shatner. Like I think it's called. It's all about dying.
With the Rams defense giving up 30 fewer rushing yards per game this year, primarily out of nickel base, do you think there's a case to be made that Poona Ford
You said the keyword, Poona Ford. I swear, it's if he was running from 60 tall, he'd be making bigger banks.
I'll be right
He's got
back.
that kind of
I'm gonna
stigma.
check on the
But man,
oven.
we haven't had a guy plug up the hole like that since Sue's on the team. Really, No, that's what it's all about. Poona Ford he's the quiet MVP of this season. Because that was a big hole in our defense was the run, and Poona, man, he does it. Unsung hero.
What's your biggest fear?
Not having Poona Ford on the ramps.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No, it's not. It's based around Christmas. Don't fight me on the moon.
It's really messed up.
It's based around Christmas, but if it was also St. Patrick's Day, it would work. But you couldn't do like Memorial Day, Home Alone. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
I think Arbor Day works. You could be in a treehouse.
I'm just saying is that, like, listen, I'm kind of the godfather of Christmas nowadays. So yes, my opinion has some sway in this argument.
Finally, Mac, are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy. And so is my tummy. I'm very happy. I love my life. I love everything.
I'm so happy you're happy, man. I'm happy that you joined me here. If you want to give your last words to that camera right there.
Hi. Thanks for watching this show. It was delicious. And so was your company. You guys, yummy.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Everyone, check out Fallout Season 2, Mac. Truly, dude, this has been the pleasure of a lifetime, man. Hey. See you next time. We all gotta eat, and we know you're dying to get your hands on a Last Meals apron and pen. Get yours now at mythical.com.
Naveen, do you eat meat? Are you vegetarian? I think the power supply is broken on the PS4. What do you mean? Like right now? It broke again? Or before? I eat meat. Interesting. I made some cauliflower bake that I bought from Aldi and I stuck a sausage in there. Before. Do you have surge protectors? Do you use surge protectors? Getting a surge protector for all your electronics like this probably is not a bad idea. So when you have power outage and power comes up and you have an inrush, then it should protect it. But it don't last forever, so you do have to replace them after a while. You don't know. That's a surge protector. It's more than just an extension cord with more outlets, but there's a surge protection in it that when you get a power surge, it'll protect from frying your electronics. I know the plugs they have in India are different, but that's the general idea that I'm talking about. Triple 1.5 quart slow cooker. Oh, kind of small, but we'll see. $28,000. A little broken leg. I have this with my PC, not on anything else. Okay, that has a surge protector, so good. So good that you have that for your computer. But you probably should get it for your PS4 too. And your TV or any electronic, really. If you're having surge issues. You know? $434. Is it rupees? Alexa, how much is 434 rupees? Alexa, how much is 434 rupees?
434 Indian rupees is about $4.77.
That's a good deal. Also, I didn't know you guys had Amazon in India. Not exactly shocked either that Amazon's there, but after my PS4 is fixed, I will get it. It's normal price. Yeah, but the price is it's really cheap. Well, actually, I don't know. Is it really cheap for you? It's cheap for us. Not that cheap. Really? Maybe I should. But that one you got is sort of universal, right? It does all sorts of different plugs, it looks like. Four international. Well, it's four sockets, but they're universal sockets. Huh. Inclusive alt taxes. Interesting. Interesting. Almost everything is cheaper in India than the US. Probably true. But you also make less money. So it's about the same. You earn less money, but cost of living is also less. You make more money here, but cost of living is also a lot higher here. Hi. You have school today? Do you can go to school soon? A big chips packet is 50 rupees, but for you it's at like $1. A big bag of chips? No, a big bag of chips for us is like $5. A small individual bag of chips is closer to, well, it used to be $1. Now it's like $2.50, $2.70, $2.70. The little bags of chips usually cost more than big bags, per ounce or per gram. I don't know how you make that rupee symbol either. I had school today, but there was school trip yesterday, so I'm tired, I guess. So I did not go to school. You just not go to school? I can't just not go to school. I bet Apple devices are expensive still, though, right? They're probably the same price as what they're here. Which is more expensive for you since you don't make as much. Yeah. PS5s are $100 off right now. Well, they were. Near Christmas time, they get a little cheaper. Ooh. The Great Wave framed Japanese wall art building set. Be right back. Okay. Games. Oh, I need a whole more than 10 games. Even builds a frame.
There are restaurant dishes that are difficult to recreate in your home kitchen. Maybe you don't have the time, or you don't have the equipment, or you don't want to put in the effort. Well, then there are restaurant dishes that you should be making at home. So should I, but I don't. Like duck. I love ordering it on menus, but I don't make it at home until now, because Julia's going to show us a very easy way to prepare duck.
That's it. Now, duck is as easy to prepare as a chicken breast. In fact, I think it's easier because duck has more flavor and you have that gorgeous duck fat to work with.
It's known as better chicken.
It is actually. So the first thing you got to do is get your hands on some duck.
Okay.
And these are from the supermarket. These are 7 to 8 ounce duck breasts. Now, these are Pekin duck breasts, which is usually what you find at the supermarket. And what you want to do is you want to score the fat. You see, I've already scored 2. I'm going to score these 2. That really helps that fat render, and that is the key to making good duck. So, sharp knife, turn the duck over. Look for any bits of silver skin that might be a little chewy. You just want to take those out. And trim any excess fat. You want to leave a little because it renders and it shrinks in the pan. All right, so like I said, you want to score this fat. You don't want to go through the meat, just through the fat. Going to do a hatch mark pattern, about 1/2 inch between hashes. So going one direction. So do that way. And then I like to actually turn the breast the other direction. Makes it easier to do a nice hatch mark. The other trick, season these thoroughly. Gonna pat them dry, top and bottom. Now we're gonna season them with a lot of salt and pepper. This is 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1.5 teaspoons of ground black pepper. Season it liberally on both sides. So you want to give the salt some time to work. So you want to do this at least 6 hours in advance, but you could do it up to 24 hours in advance. Just going to cover this with plastic wrap, wash my hands, and we'll put it in the fridge. All right, this duck has been salting for at least 6 hours. It's time to get cooking.
All right.
So here I have a nice 12-inch non-stick skillet. And this is the method that works with no matter what kind of duck breed you have, because it starts in a cold skillet. Heat's not on yet. So what I'm going to do is lay the duck in the skillet fat side down, because rendering the fat is really the most important part. Otherwise, it tastes too flat.
Sure.
But, you know, the meat itself
It's as thin as a boneless, skinless chicken breast. It'll cook like that. So you want to give that fat time to render and get good and crisp. So we're going to turn the pan on medium heat, anywhere from 17 to 20 minutes. So while that's cooking, we're going to make a quick sauce. Okay. Now, once you know how to make this sauce, you'll find yourself making it for everything because it is so simple and so good.
Great.
All right, so it's figs and pork, classic combination with duck. So this is a 1/4 cup of black mission figs. And we're just going to cut them in half. That way they can soften nicely in the sauce as the sauce simmers. All right, so into the little saucepan they go. Now we're going to add the pork. This is ruby pork, just 1/2 cup.
Okay.
No need to use any fancy or expensive pork. The least expensive ruby pork is perfect here.
Gotcha.
So we're going to gussy up the flavor with some vinegar. This is a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Give it a little punch. And last, a little sugar. 3 tablespoons of sugar. A little sweet, sure, a little vinegar, a lot of pork. We're going to put this over medium heat. We're just going to let this simmer on its own about 15 minutes. The sauce will reduce, it'll look a little syrupy, and the whole thing will measure about 1/2 cup.
Fantastic.
That's it.
That's it?
It's the waiting game. Don't things smell good?
They smell amazing.
All right, this sauce is done. It's been reducing for 15 minutes. You can see the texture of the sauce. It's reduced and it's just slightly thickened, but as this cools, it'll get even thicker.
It's just on the cusp of being a syrup.
Yeah. So I'm gonna set it aside off the heat. Now let's take a look at our duck that's been cooking over here on its own. I've been checking it periodically,
Yes.
obviously. All right, let's take a look.
Oh,
Oh, goodness. Oh, one more beautiful than the next.
can't get that with a chicken.
Nope, slow and low is the tempo for this. Now on this back side where there's no skin, I'm gonna turn the heat down to medium low, and it really only takes a minute or two to finish cooking that meat through.
Gorgeous.
I'm guessing you like medium rare duck?
I love medium rare duck.
Same. So we wanna cook it to about 125 degrees.
Okay.
All right, it's been about 2 minutes on this second side. It doesn't take long to finish cooking that duck through, and it's just slowly cooking in that rendered duck fat. All right, so again, we're gonna take the temperature, medium rare. We're looking for 125 to 130, somewhere like that. Oh, there we have it, 127, perfect. All right, off goes the heat. Duck comes out of the pan, and I'm gonna put it on a wire rack and just let it rest for about 10 minutes. Let those juices redistribute before we dive in. Cover with foil. We're gonna let those take a little 10-minute nap under their space blanket.
Okay.
And meanwhile, this fat, I'm not gonna throw it away.
Thank
All right.
you.
This
I
is
don't call it